All right, my friends. How are you today? Aaron here, bringing you your daily horoscope. Some honest astrology, new moon horoscope for the 4th of November, 2021. It's been a minute. Let's see if we remember how to do this. All right, we've got the moon. We've got the sun at 12 degrees of Scorpio. Right across the way, smack dab in the middle. Right in your face, 12 degrees. Uranus in the sign of Taurus. Now, Taurus can deal with finances and money and security things, right? This deals with our personal things. Ruling planet would be Venus, things that we love, things that we desire. Across the way in Scorpio, this is about collectively, what you have, what I have, collectively when we put them together, we have something greater than what we had as an individual. I forget who the quote is, but it's like, you want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, go together. Well, Scorpio, 8th house, that shared resources. Okay. Now, something that these two have in common, we're going to get into all of this nitty gritty in a moment, but 12 degrees, this opposition is right in our faces. Okay. Look, 12 degrees, 40, 12 degrees, 47. You know what I mean? The 47 space minutes. That's so, it's so precise. I love the astrology for this. It's like, this is very much needed. We can talk about the archetypes of Scorpio and things beneath the surface and, emotions and all this. But let's be honest. This axis right here, what do these two things have in common? Taurus and Scorpio. Well, Earth sign, water sign, ruled by Venus, ruled by Mars. These both deal with security. Okay? Security on a physical level. Well, I feel secure in my home. I feel secure in my fortress. I feel secure with my money. I feel secure with my Scrooge McDuck money vault. I feel secure behind my weapons. Okay? Armor. I feel safe and secure behind my things. These are my things, my material possessions. Now this over here, this is interesting because Mars just moved home into Scorpio. Scorpio ruled by Pluto and then Mars. All right. And the new moon, of course, this new beginning, security. So let's talk about the security aspects of Scorpio. So, when we talk about Scorpio, it's the things beneath the surface, the things we keep hidden. Why do we keep them hidden? Because if we left them out in the sun and made it vulnerable and open, it's like that's no good for anybody. Maybe good for you if you saw my hand, but not good for me if you saw my hand and I'm bluffing with, a pair of twos or no pair at all. Okay, so keeping my cards to the chest, if you will. That's part of this. Okay, it makes me feel secure. By the more that I know, the less you know. Makes me feel secure. Okay, if sex, money, power, Scorpio. Okay, if do I feel sexually secure with myself? Do I feel secure with my finances? Do I feel secure in a sense of power? Okay, this isn't, again, these finances, we're not talking about physical finances, but like this, this power. Do I feel secure in my power? You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody else can be, or more powerful than you in a position that we're in, which makes us feel insecure. So the axis of Scorpio and Taurus, which is funny because it seems like nobody's talking about this, deals with security. Okay, we want to feel secure and strong. We want to feel secure and strong within our sense of power. We want to feel powerful. We want to feel sexually active or sexually empowered, right? We want it's a good feeling. We want to feel secure in our surroundings, in our home, in our environment that we have, that we've made our home out of brick and mortar and not plaster of Paris. Or not plaster of Paris, what is it? Paper mache. So it's just like, what are we doing to line ourselves up with things that are creating security in our lives? Now, well, with Uranus there, this new moon, new beginning, new moon, okay, how am I using my power? Where do I feel powerful? Where is Scorpio? Where is Pluto in your chart? Where's Scorpio in your chart? Where do I feel powerful? You know, what house does Scorpio fall in? What house does Pluto fall in? How can I feel powerful? And when odds are against me, you know, so right now, with this opposition to Uranus, we have a new beginning, saying this is a new opportunity to connect with other people to create something bigger than yourself. Okay. You want to go far, connect with other people. We can't be afraid. And now when we're connecting with other people, there's a sense of vulnerability that comes in with this. We have to be vulnerable. You don't start a brand new relationship closed off and guarded. If you do, the relationship won't last long. It doesn't matter if it's romance, if it's business. You can't have that. There has to be openness. There has to be trust. There has to be communication. Now, it's interesting that today, this new moon is the last day that Venus is going to be in Sagittarius and Mercury is going to be in Libra. Mercury is leaving its shadow. So this new moon is also a bit of a reflection on where we've been the past month and a half since Venus was in its shadow, or since Mercury was in the shadow. I'm so thankful to get out of the him and haw of Mercury in Libra, and everybody thinking that you know, it's something that we talked about literally. It's been a long time since I've done these, you know, it's odd. But that was part of my process in growing anyway. But just sitting in our own minds and determining the outside world's perspective. You know, we talked about this cave stuff. And this is like, we're at the end of this, you know, we're at the end of this, sitting in our cave and deciding what the outside world is. We're done at a place of where we're sitting and determining somebody else's emotions or ideas or objective or anything without confronting, without communicating. You know, that communication and taking those steps moving forward is extremely important. And it's about passion. Now, Uranus, let's get back to Uranus here. This is the big one. Let me show you the chart here. Uranus, right across the way to the new moon and sun here. Where do we feel secure? Where do we feel safe? Well, this is hiding out in my own emotions. This is practical out in the world. Okay, this is sunbathing. This is emotionally, you know, retreating, going internal to self. This is external, the earth sign. All right. Now, we have a lot changing in the community. Saturn and Jupiter here in community. Aquarius, Pluto making its way slowly. We're entering, you know, we're working through this America's Pluto return. Clearly, we're going through that right now. We're a bunch of idiots. You know, what we have done with ourselves. I don't mean to be rude, but like we dropped the ball big time, you know, and it's so funny coming from a place it's like so, you know, working with plants, working with nature. And it's just like, here we've got Pop-Tarts and Hot Pockets and meat stick, you know, Slim Jims and all of this. Like, it's garbage food that we feed ourselves. It's garbage information that we're feeding ourselves. We're making ourselves stupid. And it's just like, you know, there's a certain sense of powers that be. It's like, well, they want us to be dumb because, well, they don't want us to revolt and take over. This is the natural order. You know, this is why Uranus ate Kronos. Is that right? Uranus ate Kronos, and then Kronos comes back and kills Uranus. You know what I mean? It's like the father eating the son. Chimpanzees do this. You know, it's like they don't want competition. So they'll just murder the kid right as soon as it gets. Dolphins do it too. They don't want competition. They'll just murder the kid right outright. So we're being murdered, you know, by the powers that be, if you will, whoever that may be. People that are controlled, that do have power over television, politics, news, media, stuff like that. You know, and that's why thankfully we have stuff like this, YouTube, broadcast yourself, so people can share something. So it's like we're dumbing ourselves down so that we don't, you know, compete with the big chimp. And it's like, well, you can't keep us all dumb. You can't keep us all stupid. You know, so we have all of this stuff changing right now. And those in the power, talking about a Scorpio new moon here, those in power want to stay in power. They don't want you to get in power. So we keep you small. Yeah. And the trickster here, and I've been saying it the whole time, and I'm going to finally talk about it, Uranus. Uranus and Taurus, not even halfway through, in exact opposition to this new moon, about power, about security. Now, as I'm going to unravel this story here for you, as an independent contractor in the film world, it was the most unnerving thing for me. I used to work as a waiter. Before that, I was a mortgage broker. Can you believe it? I was a mortgage broker. I sold people their own money. It was the worst thing, worst job in the world. Then I was a server, and money every day, money every day, money every day, money every day. How hard do I want to work? Let me close the night. You know, let's make more money. I'll close it down. It doesn't, whatever. So then it's just like, okay, leave this, give up money every day. And I have no idea when my next commercial or TV show or movie is going to be. It's like extremely unnerving, extremely unsettling. Lack of security when I have no clue when my next paycheck is, where my next paycheck is coming from, or how much it's going to be for. Okay, it's something that I had to find security and find comfort in. Now, with this, the biggest thing that I see astrologically right now is job security, financial security. And we're not going to have job or financial security with the same old stuff that we've had. The same jobs, the same, it's like, I think I've talked about this before. My parents were like, just go to college and get a job and, work for a big corporation and put in your retire by. It's just like, yeah, those days are waved bye a long time ago. It's not realistic anymore. Once it was, it's not realistic anymore. So that's that, like, this is a realistic, just get a job and go work for the, it's like, it's not real. Fugazi. So this is the shaking. This is Uranus breaking through, breaking free. And it's saying, look, we have to be radicals. Uranus is the radical planet. We have to be radicals in order to create security and safety financially for us, for our future. We have to be radicals. We have to think outside of the box. We have to go against the grain, not conform. I can't conform to what you want me to be. That's not my job. My job is to be me. Your job is to be you. This is a new beginning, and this is a new beginning where I find strength and power and comfort and stepping out on the edge. And if I don't step out on the edge, it's like if I don't lose sight of that shore, I'll never sail the ocean. That's where I find comfort. Let's go to that space. So it's like, if you're worried financially, if there's a job, if there's something, the world needs is breakthrough radical thinkers right now. We need radical thinkers with new, again, it's like at one point in time, it was crazy to think, just get into, Uber or Lyft. It's just like, my parents taught me the exact opposite of that growing up in the 80s. Now here we are, 2000s. Yeah, I'm going to pull out my phone computer in my pocket, open an app, and I'm going to get a driver here that's going to get me where I need to be in moments. I can, you know what I mean? So it's like, this is that radical breakthrough, revolutionary ideas, revolutionary concepts, revolutionary way of thinking. Again, to be the 1%, you have to think differently than 99% of other people. That's the kind of people right now that we need. That's the kind of mindset that's going to get us there to the place that we need to be, wherever it is that we need to be. This is a new beginning. This is saying wave goodbye to the old tradition that once existed, that once seemed, it's like, it's quicksand. It's not solid ground anymore. Maybe it once was, but it's not anymore. And don't be fooled by the facade. Don't be fooled by the illusion that this once solid ground is still standable, that we could still build a house. It's not solid ground anymore. This is no longer solid ground anymore. It's under great change. And what's under great change here is we're making new rules, new orders, new in the world of technology. And everything that's been digital has just gone through the roof. How many, for my older friends here, it's like, how many books of records did you have? Maybe a few crates. How many books of 8-tracks or cassettes did you have? Remember those CD books or CD books? How many songs are downloaded onto your phone? A million times more. It's at the fingertips right now. So it's like everything that we've taken into the digital realm has skyrocketed. Again, we're entering and living this age of Aquarius. So this is like just the beginning. We're all babies in this. And it's just like this digital era is going to continue to skyrocket. So anything that's transitioning from analog into digital is a really safe, secure place to be right now. Stepping outside of the norm, and whatever seems scary, especially if this is job related, which I know there's a lot that's job related to a lot of people. Because we're all, it's just like you can make more unemployment than you can going back to work. My buddy just got a job working for Amazon, the richest freaking company in the world. He made more on unemployment than he does actually working. It doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense. None of it makes sense. So it's like we got to go with that. Use the concepts that don't necessarily make sense and run with it. And again, that Walt Disney thing, people told Disney he was nuts for building this playground on swampland. Who's laughing now? We have to continuously put ourselves in that mindset of running with our ideas, or the intuition's been given, the ideas, the seed has been planted, and whether that was internally or a gift from universe that's been given to me, given to you, given to us. It's like when we share some of these things with other people, and especially other people that don't see the big picture, they'll talk us down and beat it down, and make light of it and make it seem silly, or just, you're dreaming big, just go back to your 9 to 5. It's like, oh my God, everything was somebody's idea and dream at one point in one day. Nothing, the textbook didn't exist as it is now. The nothing existed how it exists now until it was created. So we're in a perfect prime time to create something new. What is this new thing that we're creating? Well, let's see here. Let's fill ourselves with passion. Let's fill ourselves with desires. What drives us? What gets us excited about life? And while the moon is in Scorpio over the next day, while the sun is in Scorpio the rest of the month until the 20th or 22nd, Mercury's about to jump into Scorpio as well. Jump in there. It's just like we have all this time to reflect. All this time to reflect on what it is deep down that we do desire. What is it deep down that we do want out of this life? Because we all got lost. We all got lost. We had an intention. We came down here. We learned the world. We talked the world. We walked the world. And it's just like, there's all of this pulling apart, and existential crisis is happening. This dismantling for us to fall back. It's just like life is falling apart in order to come back together in a more authentic, natural, real way. It's like all the facade, the illusion, all that stuff is what's falling off, and just this pure kind of light is what's left behind. So it's like, well, what is this light? What is this joy? What brings me joy? What brings me desire? Or what do I desire? How can I be happy in all of this? In my surroundings, in my fire, in my power, in my sexual, we're all sexual beings, and there's nothing wrong with that. So it's like we get to find ourselves over this next 20 days here, and it starts with this new moon. There's a new beginning, a new opportunity to look at this world and say, what do I want out of it? Am I afraid to make big moves? Are those big moves that I'm afraid to make, is that something that can liberate me, free me, and put me in a great position of security, financially, emotionally, powerfully, whatever it may be? Feels good to be back, my friends. I love you. Have a beautiful new moon. I wish you enough on this day, and I'll see you tomorrow.